Now I am going to discuss with you how to attempt various multiple choice questions from general pathology, and before that, same old suggestions that when you go to the examination hall, you should have a good 8 hours sleep during night. You should wake up and take a good breakfast so that you should not get hypoglycemic. You should not discuss at least 20 minutes or half an hour before examination with anybody, because this is going to put your brain under a lot of stress and you may end up with confusion. There is a tip to attempt almost 25% of the MCQs of general pathology, and that is you should know the definitions of various terms, because most of the scenarios are based on these terms which are present in your various chapters. Now there is another suggestion that you should keep on practicing scenarios which are long, because when you practice them again and again, you will be able to finish them in 1 minute and you will be able to answer them instead of getting into a confusion. If you have practiced scenarios which are shorter statements, well, you may not be able to attempt longer scenarios and they will become very difficult for you. Then another suggestion that if you find any MCQ which is difficult for you, just leave it and jump over to another MCQ which is easy for you, and then at the last you come back to those MCQs which you have not attempted, so that you should not exhaust your brain on these MCQs which are difficult for you. Now coming back to the question, a 58-year-old woman with no previous history of illness has a routine checkup by her physician. On examination, she has a blood pressure of 150 over 100 millimeter of mercury. If her hypertension remains untreated for years, which of the cellular alteration would most likely to take place in her myocardium? Option number 1, apoptosis. Option number 2, dysplasia. Option number 3, fatty change. Option number 4, hyperplasia. Option number 5, hypertrophy. Now coming back to my suggestion that you should know the definition of various terms. In this, the first term is apoptosis. Now apoptosis is briefly defined as programmed cell death, or to be more specific, programmed enzyme mediated cell death. Now other term is dysplasia, which is disordered cell growth. I repeat, disordered cell growth, and it is a potential precursor of cancer if the irritating agent has not been removed. Now there are various grades of dysplasias, and I'll be discussing with you when I'll discuss dysplasia in detail. Then fatty change. It is the accumulation of abnormal fat within a cell or organ. Then there is a term hyperplasia, which is defined as increase in the size of the organ due to increase in the number of normal cells. I repeat that the increase is due to the increase in the number of normal cells. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is defined as increase in the size of the organ due to increase in the size of an individual cell. Now please note that I have not given you the complete definitions of these terms but just an idea so that you should have a background knowledge. I have not given their physiological or pathological causes and their examples. And I have told you that I am going to take separate lectures on each of them. Coming back to the question, now note a 58-year-old woman with no previous history of illness has a routine checkup by her physician. I have highlighted 58-year-old women. On examination, her blood pressure is 150 by 100 millimeter of mercury, which is also highlighted. So 2 points, 58-year-old women, blood pressure that is 150 over 100 millimeter of mercury, which is showing hypertension. So the next point is, if her hypertension remains untreated, meaning thereby that if she continues to live with hypertension, then what cellular alterations take place in her myometrium if her blood pressure persists for years? First option, apoptosis. As I told you, it's a programmed cell death, and due to the cell death, there is diminished size of the organ, which does not fit here. Dysplasia, which is disordered growth, also does not fit here because there is no disordered growth. Fatty change, accumulation of lipids, well, not very common change. Hyperplasia is increase in the size of the cell due to increase in the number of normal cells. Well, one can say that proliferation of myofibroblasts may be responsible for hyperplasia, but this does not contribute significantly to cardiac size, because cardiac size is going to be enlarged in hypertension because pressured load on the left ventricle results in the increase of existing myofilaments in the myofibrils, so they enlarge. The result of continuous stress from hypertension is ultimately leads to heart failure with decreased contraction of the heart. So the answer is hypertrophy, which means increased heart size due to hypertension leading to hypertrophy or increase in the size of the muscles of the heart. The next question is, a 65-year-old man has had frequency in micturition for the past 5 years. A digital rectal examination reveals that his prostate is palpably enlarged, which is twice normal in size. A transurethral resection of the prostate performed, and the microscopic examination of the prostatic chips obtained is that of nodules of glands with intervening stroma. Which one of the following pathological process has most likely occurred in this prostate? Option 1, apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, not applicable here. Dysplasia can take place in the prostate, but not in this condition. Fatty change, not applicable here. Hyperplasia, we also call nodular prostatic hyperplasia, or a term which is applied is benign prostatic hyperplasia, is a common condition in old age which results from the proliferation of both prostatic glands and stroma. The prostate becomes sensitive to androgens, which stimulates the prostate. This is an example of pathological hyperplasia. So, hyperplasia is the answer. Now, hypertrophy does not fit here very much because it is under the stimulation of the hormones rather than the stress of the overwork. Also mention here that the term benign prostatic hypertrophy is technically incorrect term. It is the number of glands and the stromal cells that are increased due to androgenic stimulation rather than the size of the cells. A 31-year-old man sustains a left femoral fracture in a motor car accident. His leg is placed in a plaster cast and he remains immobilized for 8 weeks. Later on, the diameter of his left calf has decreased in size. This change in size is most likely to occur from which one of the following alterations? Option 1, aplasia. Option 2, atrophy. Option 3, dystrophy. Option 4, hyperplasia. Option 5, hypoplasia. Now again, I will stress upon the definitions of these terms. If you know the definitions of these terms, you can easily solve this MCQ. Now first we go for aplasia. Aplasia refers to lack of development in embryonic stage. Hypoplasia is the term which is used in poor or subnormal development of tissues. Dystrophy of muscles is an inherited disorder of skeletal muscles that leads to destruction of the muscle fibers, resulting in weakness and wasting of the muscles. Hyperplasia is an increase in the number of cells which leads to increase in the size of the organ. Now, atrophy is due to reduced workload causes cell to shrink through loss of cell substance, and the process is called atrophy. The cells are still present, but they are of smaller in size. Now coming back to the question, aplasia does not fit here. Dystrophy again is not the answer because there is no congenital weakness or inherited disorder. Hyperplasia, there is no increase in the size of the organ, rather the calf muscles are reduced. Hypoplasia, which is maldevelopment, the answer is atrophy, which is due to reduced workload, and by means of reduced workload, cells they shrink through loss of cell substance, but the cells are still present although they are small. This type of atrophy is called disuse atrophy.